Celebrate the richness and diversity of Indian cinema at the 15th Indian Film Festival of Ireland. This year's festival offers an exciting lineup of films, cultural performances, and exclusive events, bringing together the filmmakers, actors, and cinephiles for an unforgettable experience. Joining us on Community Connection to tell us more about this year's festival is the director, Siraj Zaidi. Siraj, very welcome to Community Connection. Can you begin by telling us what inspired the theme and programming for this year's Indian Film Festival of Ireland, please?
Well, the theme is obviously driven by documentaries and sort of like a political films, I must say that. Because by default, I end up picking up on selecting the films that has been making news in connection with the what's going on in the world. So therefore, the theme is documentaries driven biopic and indeed based on reality. And of course, few fiction as well. So that's what the theme is all about.
How does the festival aim to showcase the diversity of Indian cinema, and how were the films selected for this year's lineup?
So, as you know, Patrick, the Indian cinema is just not Hindi cinema, Bollywood. It's all about regional cinema as well. And so therefore, by fulfilling that regional obligation, I end up picking up the regional language films by showing a diversity, by opening the film with the Bengali language, Mujib, and that also the Marathi language film, which is a Maharashtra region. Then we have Malayalam language films and Tamil language films on top of that, the Hindi language. So therefore, the diversity for all communities reflecting their existence and reflecting their presence in Dublin, because these are the communities are very much prominent in Dublin. So it's truly reflecting the true nature of the Indian community, rising Indian community in Dublin.
Can we talk about the significance of featuring both traditional and contemporary films at the festival?
Well, as you know, traditional films are always liked by the public, and people love the popular titles and things like that. But this year, I'm a bit thin on the popular titles and, those films. Most of the films are new films. I've given an opportunity to the new filmmakers who are local filmmakers. 2 films I'm showing it are in fact, 3 films I'm showing it. It's directed by the local Indian budding filmmakers in Ireland. So therefore, it's, people do like it if they'll see it, something relevant to their own lives.
Day one features the screening of Mujib, a biographical film about Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Mm-hmm. Why was the film chosen to open the festival, and what message do you hope it conveys to the audience?
I think if you follow the news of Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the first president of Bangladesh when the Bangladesh has been created in 1971. And it is an official co-production between the Bangladesh government and the Indian government. So 2 governments have come together to do the co-production of the film about the making of the nation, which is the subtitle of the film, Mujib, the making of the nation, how Bangladesh came about. So it's an educational film for a lot of people, and rightly so, because Bangladesh is in turmoil at the moment. As you know, that Sheikh Hasina, the daughter of Mujibur Rahman, has been fled Bangladesh and residing, in India and seeking asylum in the UK, which has been refused, I heard recently. And the public were being annoyed by the whole the whole concept of president, and then after that, the daughter, the dynasty element of the ruling undemocratic, structure of the government. So therefore, they mobbed the presidential palace of Sheikh Hasina, who fled, and a Nobel laureate who has been entrepreneur and also a Nobel laureate, Muhammad, somebody, I'm forgetting the name, who has taken over as the interim president of the country. So the reason I've chosen is because it's a very pertinent subject. it is also an international, making international news. We had demonstration here in Dublin, in fact, in Connaught Street on in front of the GPO by the Bangladeshi community in Dublin. So I thought, let's pick it up, this film, and bring it to the audience and educate the audience a bit about that part of the world.
With films like Atta Valzali and Living on the Edge, Deglamorising Bollywood being showcased, how does the festival balance between highlighting commercial cinema and addressing serious social issues?
This is one of my challenges, always been that, to balance it, the meaningful cinema with the powerful stories, because I'm sucker of this as a good story, you know. And if it's a good story, like Atta Valzali, is made by a friend of mine, Ananth Mahadevan. He's an actor-director. He made a movie on euthanasia, in fact, active euthanasia in India, which is banned by the law. You cannot actually take your lives. But this elderly couple have no hope in life. They are miserable in their end of the days kind of life days. And so therefore, it's a very controversial subject. And so he made a movie on that, and I thought, why not? I picked it up. It's there. So it's again pondering about life and ending the life. Euthanasia is a global controversial subject, and rightly so in India too. What was the other one you mentioned?
Living on the Edge.
Oh, Living on the Edge. Yes, Deglamorisation Bollywood. Yeah,
sounds intriguing in
itself. That's a very intriguing subject, because, as you know, Bollywood has been considered as a glitz and glamour and all that, and singing and dancing and attractive people and all the rest of it. But this goes behind the camera and behind the scene. It's deglamorization of Bollywood, living on the edge, about the workers who work in the industry, about people who don't get paid properly, who get treated very badly, even young girls who do come with lots of dreams in their eyes to Bollywood, get a rough sort of they start living on the edge, and sometimes get the raw deal from the producers and directors, and they don't get what they want in life. So therefore, I thought, very challenging and very interesting for those youngsters who really want to dream up. And a lot of people are here in Ireland, in fact, they wanted to go to Bollywood to become a Bollywood star, and learning acting skills and things like that at the Gaiety School of Acting and all. So I thought, let's open their eyes that it's all not glitter and glamour. It's a very rough industry. It's a tough industry, and it can be very, very sad industry.
What were some of the considerations in curating the films for Day One, and how do they set the tone for the rest of the festival?
Well, I mean, I thought, let's do this powerful, big political drama, and then give the audience a bit of relief and a bit of a different taste to the rest of the screenings, which will be, as I said, different type of films. Like short films, like I also love the screening of the short films. Like Can I Be Okay is a guy who lives here in Dublin and works here. He's from Kerala, and he made a movie during the COVID time. And that film, it took him about 2-3 years to complete it. And he was concerned about his life, because he was alone away from the home, living alone, and didn't know what's going to happen to everybody. And Can I Be Okay is the title. So it appealed to me. Similarly, another a Malayalam language film that I picked it up, because you see, diversity in Indian cinema is massive according to the different languages, and all these films are in different languages: Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, and Marathi and Bengali. All of them are different languages as opposed to just the Hindi films, you know. However, there are 2 Hindi films as well there.
The films on Day 2 seem to focus on deep and thought-provoking themes. How do you see these films contributing to the overall narrative of the festival?
Well, again, as I said, I wanted to create a contrast, and I wanted to create some sort of a flavor. Like Day 2, Paravili is the remake of a Spanish film made in Tamil language. And the director, Kabir Lal, contacted me about it, and he said, look, sir, have a look at this film, which I liked it very much. It's a very commercial film. It's very mainstream film. So I picked it up on that. So they too are, again, giving a different flavor to the day one and the rest of the festival.
How do you feel the films on day 3 contribute to the festival's mission of showcasing diverse and rich stories from Indian cinema?
Well, again, as I said, the film that, The Land of My Dream is an interesting film that I picked it up. Again, it is based on a huge movement. I don't know, you follow a very controversial law that has been introduced in the legislation, and there was a big uproar against that law. It's called this NRC or CAA, a Citizenship Amendment Act. And there was a big, uproar about it, the big movement about it, and the brutal suppression of the students and the people who are raising their voices vis-a-vis Shaheen Bagh, a story in Shaheen Bagh, which was become a big rally. If you Google it, you'll find that so much material there. And this young woman took basically a small, DSLR camera and start filming people, interviewing people about this movement. Well, the police actually has been raiding the university. It started the university movement and start beating the people, destroying the library. Brutality has been depicted in that film, which was shocking to the nation and shocking to the world as well. And so, therefore, that was very appealing to me to reflect the humanity and the suppression of the public opinion of the act, Citizen Amendment Act.
The standout event on day 4 is an exclusive discussion with Umar Mughal, the director of Other Kohinoor, moderated by acclaimed actor Ankur Vikal, which follows the showing of the film. Now, what insights do you hope to gain from the discussion with the director?
I think this film, Other Kohinoor, let me explain what Other Kohinoor is about. Kohinoor is a diamond which has been discovered in Hyderabad in west of India. The Hyderabad is a very prolific region of India, and therefore the landscape of that region is also very prolific with the rocks. The rocks of Hyderabad is famous for their fauna and everything, and they are getting destroyed by the developers. They are destroying the rocks. They are destroying because the new developments are happening. Multinational companies are moving in and all that. So Umar Mughal, who is a very prolific filmmaker from the MCRC Media and Film and Television School, decided to direct this documentary about the rocks of Hyderabad. And juxtapose them with the diamond, and referred them as a diamond because diamond Kohinoor, as you know, was stolen by Queen Victoria and exists in London in the Queen's coronation. That's the diamond which India is claiming that they should return back to India and all that. But history of Kohinoor, if you want to Google it, you'll see that is fascinating history of that diamond, Kohinoor, which has been cut in Hyderabad as well. So she came up with this concept, which again, I liked it so much. And this film is making yards and yards of news around the world. Hence, she decided to screen it. She approached me for the film and I accepted the film. And then Ankur Vikal, who is an actor based in Dublin from India, will moderate the discussion.
The gala night highlights the Denzal Foundation led by Shakeba Umar. Could you tell us more about the partnership and how the festival supports the foundation's mission, please?
So festival has got a brief as a CSR, as we call it, corporate social responsibility. From the day one, we have supported many social causes, underprivileged education, particularly for girls in India, built up schools. We have raised money for for poor areas to contribute in the for those foundations and charity foundations, the charity partners that we do on the gala night. So my always thought has been to giving back to the poor community what I can have a privileged life of having a festival enjoying a life in Dublin and all the rest of it. But what am I giving back to the poor people? And this is where they come from. Now, Denzal Foundation itself is not a poor foundation itself. It's run by a family of Shakeba Umar. She's a social entrepreneur. When I searched around and I found her on the cyberspace, I thought, okay, they could be the people because they have done enormous amount of social work, enormous amount of goodness in society by helping others. So it really appealed to me, and I thought, well, maybe it looks like it's a very important foundation. Why not make her a charity partner?
Now, how do you feel about the combination of films and cultural performances in creating a rich and immersive experience?
Well, Gala Night, as you know, is also as a part of a bit of a fun, because I really believe in not having, when I'm giving a heavy dose of these heavy subject of films in the cinema, I must give them light entertainment and let the people enjoy the rich culture of India in dance, in songs, in singing, in performances, live performances, and gourmet gala meal. So all of that is a part and parcel of the festival's gala night, with a very good value. For €25 only, you're getting a full Indian meal, a gourmet Indian meal by Monsoon Restaurant. And also by, the live classical performances such as Kathak, which is a North Indian classical dance form. And then you have also by Satakshi Kaushik and Angela George, the two dancers who are performing that. Then we have Bharatnatyam, which is a South Indian classical dance, which is going to be performed by a lady called Natarajan. And also we are inviting Sufi singers this year from London called Asif Raza and Company. So they are coming over to perform a live performances of concert type of classical, Sufi classical songs and hit numbers, which you will find in Bollywood actually as well. So all of that, and of course the local talents, singers who have aspirations to become a local playback singers and live singers. They'll be performing as a Bollywood vibes, they call themselves, Bollywood tunes, Bollywood vibes. So giving them all audience a flavor of the culture of what they could actually see, the shades of that in the films will be displayed live in the auditorium.
Since the press launch, there has been a last-minute addition to the festival. Can you provide further details concerning this, please?
Well, thank you very much for asking that. That has been in the last couple of days making my life hell, because I really hate lastminute.com operation. It takes a lot of effort to organize a festival like this, which takes practically a whole year of my life by selecting and organizing. And then you have a request by some powerful institution or individual who is basically, let me display that. I have actually extended the other half of the festival in terms of reverting to, in India, Irish Film Festival of India I've launched 2 years ago. And the director of that, the institute where I do it, is the film studio in Delhi, in Noida, called the Marwa Film Studio, Film City. So he contacted me, Mr. Sandeep Marwa himself, who we become friends, and he said, look, Mr. Zaidi, have a look at this film called Maha Mahim Didi Ji. Now, Maha Mahim is the Almighty Lord is the word in translation, which is referred to the President of India in Hindi language. And Didi is a sister. So this is a biopic of the current President of India, Murmuru, her name is. And she's a poor woman from village in Orissa region. And she had been doing some social work, incredible amount of social work with a global organization, presence in Ireland as well. Her organization has a presence globally, and by providing, the social work and all that. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has actually picked her up to become the President of India. So again, it just gelled and fall into the places. And I thought, okay, why not? If you're requesting, if you're actually, want to show that film here to the audience about this lady who is the president of India, so why not? And it's a biopic on her life. So I accommodated that as a official closing film here in Dendrum Cinema on Sunday, the 6th of October at 11 o'clock in the morning. So please do take a notice of that and please come along. Tickets will be on Eventbrite as well. So it'll be fantastic to have you all.
Now, a question I ask you every year, which you always answer very diplomatically. Which film or performance are you most excited about and why?
Well, I'm obviously excited by the opening film, Mujib, but I also hear mention another short film called Yaan. Yaan is the Hindi word for transportation. And it's a very interesting little film by the new director called Satish Sharma. Now, he's an actor turned director, and he made a movie about the progress, the hypocrisy of the progress in India, that in a little villages, people don't have ambulances to transport the sick people to the hospital, yet they are broadcasting the landing of the moon, Chandrayaan, and all the other outlandish achievement that the government is trying to do, yet failing to do the basic work of providing the ambulance in the remote villages. So this is a beautiful little film, and that is my darling of that film. Therefore, the director is coming as well with the director of Atul Tiwari, who is the writer and actor in the film Mujib, and Satish. So those are the two films would be my darling of this festival.
Okay. And finally, where can we find more information about the festival and how do we obtain tickets?
Okay, the tickets can be found at www.eventbrite.ie. Now, get onto it straight away and just grab your tickets straight away. There are two types of tickets. One is the season ticket for €30 for all 4-day films being access to you. Dendrum event will be a standalone event. The closing film will be separately, it'll be tagged on to the Eventbrite. It does not include the gala ticket either. The gala ticket is separate, which is also there on the Eventbrite page. So there are two pages. Gala ticket is separate, which is flying, actually, to be honest with you. Therefore, because there's a lot of culture and a lot of dinner and all that is involved, so all tickets are available on the Eventbrite under the Indian Film Festival of Ireland.
Siraj Zaidi, many thanks indeed for taking the time to speak with us on Community Connection, and the very best of luck with this year's festival.
Thank you so much, Patrick, for having me.